Yo guys, welcome back to another video. It's Jay Hood. Today we're talking about the biggest steal of the 2021 NBA draft, and to me it's pretty clear. Even though I am a little biased, I'm going to go with Alperen Sengun pretty easily on this one. Overseas, he averaged 20 and 10 as an 18-year-old in one of the hardest leagues to play in. That's not the NBA. Really, the only weakness in his game, and I mean like the only weakness in his game, is his three-point shooting. Other than that, he can pass, he can finish, he controls the offense really well. Like when he has the ball, I think good things are going to happen most of the time, and you want to feel like that with your big man, like the ball in his hands. Like any other big man, like you put the ball in Andre Drummond's hands, I don't expect good things to happen. I expect a Shaq in a full moment. Same thing with JaVale McGee. Most of those guys are just like roll mans, catch lobs, and play defense. But this guy, you put that ball in his hands, and we give him the ball a lot when he's in the game because he does good things with it. Even though I'll look at the stats and I'll be like, dang, he only has 6 points and 4 assists and 4 rebounds, but he'll affect the game so many different ways. It's crazy. You won't even think that. You'll think he had a really great statistical game when he really didn't. But he just controls the offense well. He gets everybody involved. And he really has been an underrated passer. I think he's one of the better big man passers in the NBA, and he's played 4 games so far. So only thing we can really worry about is his jump shot, and that's really only going to develop. He has a nice looking jump shot, and he's been working with our assistant coach John Lucas. I think he's our assistant coach, but John Lucas has really been working with everybody: Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., John Wall, even. So there's no telling. And it's been working. You know, Kevin Porter Jr. has been knocking down shots, and he's working with John Lucas. So I think it's only a matter of time before Alperen Sengun starts just pulling threes and being more confident with the shot. Because right now he pump fakes on a lot of threes, but that's really not something I want to worry about right now because his work ethic is pretty clear. I think he's a hard-working guy. I think he'll get it together, and I think he wants to be really good. He's already said he wants to be a star. And even though it's a long shot right now, I think this man could be a star. I think he can be a top 20 player in this league, top 25 player in this league. I think he could be really good because you don't come in as a 19-year-old as a 16th pick. A 16th pick, that's mid-first round. You don't come in and have the impact that he does. He has a big impact in our offense every time he touches the ball. He's the first sub every game besides Eric Gordon. They come in at the same time, and he's the first sub. He comes in, he takes over the big man spot. And I think by the end of the season, he will take that starting big man spot, not over Christian Wood. I'm talking about over Daniel Theis. Even though it makes sense for Daniel Theis to have it right now because he is a really good defender. And Alperen Sengun, he's been a decent defender so far, but he's not as good defensively as Daniel Theis. So he doesn't affect the game on that end defensively, and that's really what we lacked a lot last year. So that's why he's in the starting role, if anyone was wondering that. But other than that, Alperen Sengun's better offensively at everything besides shooting the ball than Daniel Theis. Even if Alperen can shoot the ball like Daniel Theis, he's going to be so much of a better player than he is now because he can space the floor. But I don't know, because people still guard him like he can shoot right now, and he really doesn't shoot the ball. He gets people to go on pump fakes, even though he has the slowest pump fake ever. His game is just really fundamentally sound right now, and I think he can be good like a Nikola Jokic, even though, no, that's like a stretch, but I'm just saying like he can be a version of Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic is going to go down as one of the greatest centers ever when his time's done, in my opinion. But I'm just saying, like, he can be a version of that, like Domantas Sabonis or Nikola Vucevic and anything like that. But he's been really impressive so far, even though his stats haven't even been good. Let me look at his stats right now. His stats really haven't been good. So when I tell you this, you're not going to expect, you're going to be like, what? He's good? And yes, he is good. He controls the offense well, but you really just can't tell off of stats. So stats are always hard. So we're really just gonna have to wait and see. He's played 4 games. He's averaging 7.5 points and 4 rebounds and 2 assists, 2 steals, a block. So not great stats, of course, but he's been really good, and the stats really can't justify that because these are like first 4 game stats, and he's only getting 17 minutes per game, and I only expect that to keep going up. If that's 30 minutes per game, we don't even know what his stats will look like because he's only getting the ball that much more offensively. Like, our guys are looking to get them the ball because they know that he can do something with the ball, and they know most of the time he has the ball, good things happen. He does tend to get a little stagnant with the ball at times, but he's a rookie. He has 4 games in. He's 19 years old, and I think the more he learns the English language, it's only going to help him more because sometimes I can see some of the guys out there, they get a little frustrated because it's hard to communicate with him out there, which makes sense. I'm not saying that that's not his fault necessarily. I'm just saying, like, sometimes they get a little frustrated because they're trying to say something to him and he just doesn't understand it, but he's only going to get better at that. And even when you see him blocking shot, he'll like he's been starting to like talk some trash in the English language. He'll be like, get that out of here. He'll say certain stuff like that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see what this guy turns into. But so far so good, and I think he is the steal of the draft, and I think he'll be one of the better players coming out of this draft as a 16th overall pick, which isn't like a super high pick. So not a lot of people even know who this guy is, which is the craziest part because he's been one of the brighter spots on our team. Even though he's averaging, like, I'm giving him all this recognition because I know how good he is. But look, the video on screen or the highlights on screen, this is when he dominated, and you could just see how controlled he is with the ball. NBA is a lot different. It's a lot faster pace for the rookies, but I think he's going to be just fine, and we're just going to have to wait and see how he plays. He hit his first three the other night, which was really great to see. But we play tomorrow. Let me check out who we play, and let me see if he has any, good matchups, which matchups really haven't been a problem for him because I think he's just talented enough to just keep, like, matchups don't matter. So we do play the Jazz, which is a tough game. We play at 7. So Rudy Gobert is going to be tough, even though I don't know if he'll get the Rudy Gobert matchup. And but we're just gonna have to wait and see. And I'm super excited for tomorrow. Rockets are back, and Rockets are pretty fun to watch now. Last year sucked. I watched all 72 games, and it was probably the worst 72 games of my life. But we are back, and I'm excited to see all of our rookies do good. Even Garuba, even though he hasn't been playing much, but we're only gonna keep getting better. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub. Peace.